Hey Jay, thanks for coming back and asking a really important question. Hopefully everyone will learn from it. So the question is how many days hours are the average for observation and assessments? Remember, an observation is an assessment tool that you have as a manager to assess a specific activity to objectively assess the standards of work. It tells you both one the true work time and the lost time within the process. So it depends. Again, just from a data standpoint, you want to do no more than less than three observations because that's the data points that you want. Because remember, the thing that you're doing is changing the work standards. But when you do that, you've got to communicate that to your boss for approval, and also you got to get buy-in from your employees. You know, in both spectrums, you're going to get pushback. Your boss is not going to be comfortable with that because he or she's used to the current work, like we're okay. Then your employees are like, no way, there's no way we're gonna do that. So you want to do enough that you feel comfortable with the data points they'd be able to communicate like, hey, I did this. But here's the thing with the time frame. If you have activities that it take, for example, an hour, you're gonna have to schedule 3 to 5 hours of your day during the week or the next 2 weeks to do the observations. And that's the work. That is just the work. That's the work that you have to do. If it's less than frequent, like less than than an hour, just schedule it with someone throughout 2 to 3 hours. Then you knock out 4 or 5 observations within that time frame. Great. If it's less than that, like I said, if it's less time frame, then you knock them out within a day or a couple hours. That gives you a lot of data points. Now, if it's more than an hour that you have to schedule, like it's a 3 hour job or it's a project work. What I've done historically on project work is that you take samples of time, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours within a time period. And then you do the same thing. You observe it, you determine what's true work and what's lost time. And what that does, then you extrapolate that percentage of new standard work throughout the project. If it's a long type of work that you have to do every single time, maybe this type of work that you do, maybe it is a frequent that you do 3 times a quarter or 3 times a month because it's long. Then you do the observation for a sample size of that. Once you understand the true work and lost time, then you apply that to the entire length of the work, right? That's how you do it with activities that take a long time. But like I said, that's the work. If you really want to make a change, do the observation, schedule your time. It's going to take a couple weeks. But here's the most important thing is communicate to your boss and to your employees about what you're doing because you want buy-in when you get to that number. Thank you very much.